ADHD.
ADHD. You think I have it?
Deficit hyperactivity disorder. Yes, you do, babes. Join the club. But no, a report came out in the New York Times, right? And ADHD is like very buzzy right now. Loads of people being diagnosed. It's like a big thing,
Yeah.
right? And it came out, and the report was like a really long report. Like if you listen to it, it's like an hour. But then they had these like 5 takeaways, which I can share. Which is essentially what they were saying is that ADHD is a lot more complex than you think it is. I mean, I'm not surprised by that, but people have been trying to work out like what is it, like how do people get it? Is it like a hereditary thing? Like what is it? So they tried to find like a ADHD gene, and the report showed that they were not able to find one, right? And recent research has made it harder to define like what it is and like how people get it, right? And then they also talked about how medications like Adderall or like Ritalin and things like that have a positive effect, but they don't help you actually learn. So it might help you, like a child that say at school, like focus, but actually when it comes to the test, it doesn't really like help, right? So that's like super interesting. And then it also said that the results don't last of medications. So it might last temporarily.
Like once you stop taking it, the results go away?
No, even if you're still taking it, after about 36 months or something, the article said, the behavior issues will still come back. Right? And then, as I mentioned, there's no clear dividing line between those who have ADHD and those who don't have it. And that actually changing, another key takeaway was also changing a child's environment can change his or her symptoms, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I also looked at like ADHD parental Reddit, and this article, I know it's like a lot, although I love Reddit. I think
Do you dip into Reddit?
Reddit is
like
fantastic.
It's an underworld that I don't want to.
No, I know. I think that's what it used to be like. Like I was all scared. I was like, is that manosphere? Like that kind of vibe. I mean, there's that everywhere, obviously, but I think it's like almost like a kind of like what Twitter wanted to be, like a town hall. I feel like it's a space for like everyone. It's well moderated, so you know what you're getting into. Right. And then people take it seriously. It's like all these different online communities. So you can go there for like so many different things.
And you just read the little comments.
Yeah. And like get advice, or people post. I mean, I need to start posting because I think you can then buy shares in it, which I'm like, definitely interested in. It is so good. I can't tell you. Anyway, so I was reading like parental, like ADHD, Reddit chats, and people were like really pissed off generally about how the article essentially just wants to like say that like meds don't work, they're not very good, and also like anyone says they have ADHD, because there's a lot of like self-diagnosis right now. I am someone that's kind of complicated relationship with it. So
with ADHD.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was at university before that, and I kind of knew anyway, right? But then at uni there was this whole thing going where you could like get a laptop to support your like learning difference if you did a dyslexic test, and I was like, I'm here for that. It's me. I can't spell. There's like loads of things. I've definitely like got it. Loads of people tried to get it by doing this like 2-3 hour test, and they couldn't get it, right? Because they weren't dyslexic. I took the test with a psychiatrist, and it was like really long process. And then afterwards he said, you probably have ADD, which was attention deficit disorder. That's what they used to call it. And like I was just already told that I had dyslexia, like all these different labels. I was just like, do I need like another label? Also, my like cousin has ADHD, and he was like throwing chairs at school teachers, and like he was like a lot. And I was just thinking, that is like so far removed from me. Like, what the hell? So I didn't like take it any further. And then like a good few years ago, I was like, I want to find out if this is true. And then they said I have it. So
like you took a test.
So I have a complicated relationship in the sense that like it's another label. We already have labels like woman, like black, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's just like intense to like label things. Why can't we just be who we are, right? But we're not there yet, obviously. Like we need to label things, and then
but sometimes the label does inhibit you, you know, like I don't know, what do you think about this? Sometimes, I mean, ADHD is very, very, very real, obviously. But I'm just saying, I'm asking, I guess, do you feel like the label put like a cage around you?
I think that is an idea that people who don't have neurodivergence will say. And I think that is possible. But I think generally, no. I think from the people that I know or what I read around, like reading around, people seem to feel very empowered by having that. So like things make sense. It
Right.
fits into place. I think for some people the medication like really, really works and like helps them and things like that. For me, I didn't really do much. Like for me, it was like, oh, okay, it like makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm like,
Things
okay,
added up.
that's why like I can be a bit like this or a bit like that. But a child of mine has it as well and has been diagnosed. And it's really interesting with the medication because there have been a few times where like it's been suggested and his ADHD isn't even seen as extreme. So I think that's quite worrying how people want to like put people on meds super quick. Maybe it's an American thing, like I don't know. And we've like declined that. Um, and the article says like it's not doesn't last very long. Also, they notice that children who take it are more likely to be shorter, like stunts growth,
Oh,
right?
really?
So I'm not anti-medication. Again, it like really, really helps lots of people.
Yeah.
But I would argue maybe more extreme
Yeah.
cases,
Yeah.
especially if it doesn't like help your learning,
Right. Well, you have to
like
do
your
what feels good
results.
for your family.
Definitely. Um, but something that I do really think, and I think this article, my take from it, is that it's the learning environment. And I think like our education and how we're being taught, I think is generally pretty shit, right? I think it's made for maybe a certain type of brain. A lot of it's rote learning, a lot of it's not dynamic. And for ADHD brains that get like easily bored, or we need something where there's like sight, sound,
Something
color,
stimulating.
pace. Yeah, like it's not made for that.
Yeah.
And people even say if you decorate a classroom, if you make a classroom more dynamic and
Right. Engaging. People learn better. Yeah.
everyone learns better.
Totally.
But it's
Well, that's why
expensive.
kids learn through like song
Yeah.
too, right? Like it's
So,
fun.
but it's like more expensive. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like, I wonder where we're going to go with this. I definitely think that ADHD, is like on a continuum, or it's more like maybe like autism in the sense that there's a spectrum, right? As I talked about, my cousin like throwing chairs
Right.
when he was like in kindergarten, which is like a lot,
Right.
and then me like totally under the radar,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
forgetting lots of things, or like focus, like I'm a hyper focused or like not. But then there's so many things that I have been able to teach myself as well.
You're like
So I
so
think
organized with all your charts and Google Docs. Like
I
you're
know
like
it's true.
throwing so many Google Docs at me. They're all perfectly ordered and like I feel like a slob.
Not at all. I think like see that's your ADHD trait. No, I'm joking. No.
Maybe.
I think for me, I've had to
I
be.
just have mom brain.
I've had to be, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like that's why I've had to sort of like
that's how you are
organize
high
myself.
functioning.
Yeah, and that's why I have like organized myself. But I also just wish that I didn't have to organize myself, or I was taught at a really young age that actually there's nothing like wrong with you. It's just how your brain works, and we're gonna like help you manage, because the issue is that we all have to like go to school and go through university and college. Well, I think university is less of an issue actually because you can do something you really, really like, but we all have to get through high school.
Right.
But it's really difficult for people who have ADHD. And this is the whole thing. That's why I think we just need more like dynamic teaching. And if I had dynamic teaching, it would have been so much easier for me. And the report also talked about how like you can show a lot of symptoms at one stage in life, you can show less at other stages. And I think environmental factors, right? If you're going through high stress, etc. But also if you haven't learned a like coping mechanism.
Right.
But it's complicated for me because it's just like we're essentially teaching our children that we need to be able to change so much of who we are to be able to fit in the world.
To
And I know you
conform.
could say that about anyone, but like if we change the way we taught, it would help everyone if it was like for a more neurodivergent brain. But I mean, there's been a lot of chatter about that. What do you know about like ADHD? Because you have smaller kids. I mean, at my school, everyone's talking about it. We have an affinity group for like parents.
Yet another WhatsApp group,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
no,
God,
it's
too
not
many
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp
thank
groups. Too many
God.
parent
I know.
WhatsApp groups.
I know, so really.
It's too much. I'm not there yet. Like my kids are so young. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we're not, no one has talked about it yet, but I have like best friends who have ADHD and kind of recently diagnosed in their adult years.
Yeah.
And it just like, it put a lot of dots together for people, like
Yeah.
why they're a certain way and,
Yeah.
you know, don't think like other people. Like, it sounds like really important research.
Definitely. And there's also so many great things about it. That's another thing. I just feel like, do we need to be like medicating everyone where it needs to be medicated? I think in some cases 100%. But like there's reasons why we're like so crazy creative. There's reasons why we just think really cool, interesting things and like get things done and like can connect people and have like there's so much about our brains which are beautiful
Yeah.
that I don't like the idea of like saying that we have to like limit
That's
it
not
and
normal.
limit it.
Well,
Yeah.